Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 903rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And this battle I have labelled The Ghosts in the Snow. All will be explained a little bit later on. Okay, if you notice here, we're playing on a winter scenario with woods as well. Okay, now the reason I've done that is because I'm hoping it would encourage barbarian troops to come into our battles. Now remember, barbarian troops get the winter bonus and they get the woods bonus as well. So that's one of the reasons I like hosting on this map, to see if we can get some barbarian factions in our battles. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Get Jacked, who has bought a barbarian faction, the Gaul faction. Now he's got 6 cavalry, 7 chosen swordsmen, 1 druid and 6 archers. Okay, have a look at his barbarian noble cavalry there. He's got 7 upgrades on, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. There's a close-up of them for those of you that might not have ever seen barbarian noble cavalry before. And there, have a look at his chosen swordsman. Oh my gosh, fully upgraded chosen swordsman, 3 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Did you know that these guys have got excellent morale, the same as urban cohorts? So, I mean, that's really important, isn't it? Excellent morale there for their chosen swordsman. Okay, there, and fully upgraded as well. But a lot of barbarian units have not got very good morale. So it's always good to bring a morale boosting unit. And this druid unit is just that, a morale boosting unit there, which will give extra morale to all the troops in the barbarian army there. So there you are, there's Get Jack's Gaul army. Nice to see Gaul on one of our battles there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now Fesen's got 5 archers, 11 infantry and 4 cavalry. Okay, 5 archers, 11 infantry, 4 cavalry. Now have a look at the upgrades on his infantry. You'll see he's got 7 upgrades on most of his infantry, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. As you can see, let's say most of his infantry has got that. Some of his infantry have just got gold shield, gold attack, which I would presume would be his pilot shield units at the front of his battle formation. But also here, if you notice, he's got an eagle unit as well. So not only has his infantry got good upgrades on with those experienced stripes, he's given them an eagle unit morale boost, as well as his infantry general morale boost as well. So that's a pretty solid infantry army there. I'm guessing that his cavalry are probably just 7 upgrades, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So there you go. That's not a bad army there. And you see, he's got 5 archers there, so he's got a lot of firepower there, and some very well upgraded infantry as well. Our next teammate is someone who's called himself OTD Chimrazig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now he's got 6 archers, 9 infantry and 5 cavalry. Now I'd just like to show you his infantry here. And you'll see that he has, if I remember correctly, there you are. I think all his infantry have got 7 upgrades on, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, remember we've talked about this before, those experienced stripes are very important. Plus, he has also got a morale giving eagle unit as well. Okay, so he's got his general morale boost there, plus his eagle morale boost as well, plus the really good upgrades on his infantry. So that's his pretty solid Roman infantry there, I think, with all that morale. And his cavalry, of course, has just got gold shield, gold attack on, because he spent most of his money on his infantry. So that's a pretty good Scorpion King army there. And I see he's got 6 archers there, so he's got a lot of firepower there as well. You'll see why he's bought so many archers when you see the enemy factions that we're up against here. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who has bought a very old Carthage army of 17 Sacred Band Spearmen and 2 slingers. No cavalry though. Once again, when you see the factions that we're up against, you'll see why I haven't bought cavalry. I think we need heavy spearmen, a lot of heavy spearmen here to try and counter the factions that we're up against. So there's our team. This should be a cracker for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member TR, who has bought the Scythian faction. And don't forget, he's taken advantage of the new rules that we bought in for Scythia and Parthia, 10 cavalry max. Now, TR has bought a very diverse experimental Scythian army here. And we're going to have a look at some of the units in his diverse Scythian army. As I say, all the Parthian and Scythian armies are all experimental at the moment. And he's got a medium range warband, archer warband unit there. They are just medium range. You can see they've got no armor or anything. And he's got his chosen archers there. These got long range, good defense. They're so effective that when they run out of arrows, they make very good light infantry as well. And here you'll see that unusually TR has bought heavy cavalry here in the form of the Scythian nobles. Now, most people, when they bring a Scythian army, bring 10 headhunting maidens, because we know that the maidens, with their effective against armor axes, cavalry versus cavalry, are probably the best cavalry in the game. But here you can see that he's bought Scythian heavy cavalry nobles. Now, he may be thinking about fighting infantry. We know the maidens are not that good against infantry, so that's why he maybe mixed the cavalry. And here we are talking about the headhunting maidens. There they are, the maidens, the reserved, quiet, innocent young ladies, which they are not. As I say, they're effective against armor axes, cavalry versus cavalry, probably the best cavalry in the game. So he's got a mixture here of heavy Scythian noble cavalry and headhunting maidens. So I think that's a reasonable mix. As I say, all these armies are experimental at the moment since we introduced the 10 cavalry max for Scythia and Parthia. You'll see that he's got a Scythian noble archer cavalry unit as well. You don't see these very often, so there's a bit of a close-up of them there. You can see how well armored they are. Some of the best horse archers in the game, I believe. And then we have the infamous Scythian axemen. No matter what upgrades you put on these guys, they just don't perform on the 31k battlefield. Those axes are not even effective against armor. So as I say, that's why we've introduced the 10 cavalry max for Scythia and Parthia, because their infantry is just so poor there, and the real strength is their cavalry. And he's actually bought some warhounds as well. So as I say, a very diverse experimental Scythian army there of TRs. Be interesting to see how that army does during the course of the battle, especially by bringing those heavy Scythian noble cavalry when most people bring 10 headhunting maidens. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman here, which I think is with his faction of choice now, which is Pontus. He's got 15 infantry and 5 chariots. Now, you'll notice the forward unit of his battle formation have only got gold shield, gold attack on. If you move further back into his battle formation, the rest of his pikes have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. As I say, I believe Pontus now is fast becoming his faction of choice. And here he got the chariots here. Remember we talked about chariots before. Great attacking specifications. They got a big fear factor. And just like to say that over the years of Barclayman using Pontus, I'd say he's probably one of the best charioteers that I've seen on RTW. He handles the chariots extremely well. He knows how to use them. He knows where to hit with them. And of course, when he hits enemy troops, he's hoping they're going to run amok, because strangely enough, they seem more powerful in amok mode here. And as I say, I would say when he brings Pontus, you know, the other team that he's playing against needs to watch him very carefully, because, as I say, he's one of the best charioteers in the game. I believe the way that he uses his chariots, and a lot of people that have seen him play will probably possibly think the same. Okay, their next teammate is HO7 Punisher. HO7 is his medieval Total War 2 clan tags, but he likes playing Rome Total War as well. Now, he's got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry for HO7 Punisher. As I say, those HO7 is his medieval Total War 2 clan tags. Now, their last teammate is Brotherhood member Arminus, but his old name was Vicox. Okay, but his new name is Arminus, and he's got 12 Spartans, 3 archers, and unusually 5 light cavalry. Okay, so he's got 12 Spartans, 3 archers, and 5 light cavalry. And as I say, his name was formerly Vicox, but he's changed it to Arminus. And what a diverse team that we are fighting here. I mean, what we got? We've got Scythia with TR. Yeah, we got Pontus with Barclayman. We've got Rome with Punisher. And we've got Greek cities with Arminus. This should be a cracking battle. And watch out for the ghosts in the snow. Okay, at this stage of the battle, right on the very start of the battle, I wanted to show you the disposition of our armies. Now, you can see here that we've got Gaul on our right flank here. Okay, now facing us are the Greek cities of Arminus. Okay, and the Brutii army of Punisher. And what I'm thinking here is they're going to look at Gaul in front of them, and I think they're going to push like mad on this right flank. Okay, because all Gaul can do is then pull back. That's all they can do if they're going to face elite factions like Greek cities and Rome. And what I'm hoping here, if you notice here, I'm all the way over there. So I'm going to run all the way over to this right flank from the left flank here. This is where we decided we're going to form up. So I've got to run all the way over there. And I just wanted to show you my old school, old-fashioned battle formation there. Look at that, it's so simple, isn't it? Very uncomplicated, you know, no sophistication there at all. Just a bog-standard, old-school Carthage battle formation there. I wonder if it can still do any good on the 2024 battlefield. Well, I guess we will see as the battle unfolds. As I say, I've got to run all the way over to that right flank, and my troops will not be in a situation for combat straight away. Okay, as we thought at this very, very early stage of the battle, you will see that Arminus' Greek cities and Punisher's Brutii army are pushing here towards our right flank, as they can see that all we've got there is Gaul. Okay, so that's exactly what we thought they would do. And just to say, over here on our left flank, you'll see Scorpion King being his usual aggressive self. He's set up right on the forward place of his setup area, and it looks to me like he's going to be trying to target Pontus or Scythia with his archers there. If I remember correctly, I think he's got 6 archers, so he'll be trying to catch them as they're moving there with his archers. So as I say, very aggressive, very attacking move there by Scorpion King as always. But as I say, over here on our right flank, this could be a real worry for us here. As I say, you can see Punisher and Arminus there. Just seeing Gaul in front of them, they know that they can just push there. Now what I was thinking here is I've got to run all the way over here from the left flank. But what I was thinking here, that Fesen here could move his army across to support Get Jack's Gaul against those 2 elite factions moving towards him there. I just thought that would be, you know, probably the best tactical move there for Fesen to do, is to move over to help Gaul there. Because as I say, Punisher and Arminus must be thinking, well, this is pretty good, we'll just keep pushing Gaul back, because all that Get Jacked can do here is move his infantry and cavalry back. It's no good standing ground. The pillars alone would destroy his units there, let alone any hand-to-hand combat. So as I say, all Get Jacked can do is keep pulling his troops back here. And as I say, Arminus and Punisher there really pushing forward on our right flank. Now, as I say, Fesen here looks like he's still moving forward here rather than moving over to the right flank to help Get Jacked. Because obviously it's clear here that our right flank is the thing that's in real danger here. And I think maybe it'd be a good idea for Fesen to move across. Now you can see, as I say, I've run my Carthaginians all the way over from the left flank over to this right flank there, and I don't mind targeting the Greek cities, but obviously I don't want to face the Brutii army there, because I don't want a face full of pillars thrown in to my units, you know, weakening my units before I get into combat. So we do need Fesen's infantry over here to try and counter Punisher's green Brutii infantry. And as I say, all that Get Jacked can do with his Gaul army is just keep pulling back. As I say, it's no good him trying to make a stand. The pillars alone would destroy his units, let alone getting into hand-to-hand fighting. So there you are. You can see Fesen's infantry now that is in that position, but really, I think, you know, I don't know what all of you think, but we need him really over on the right flank there to support Gaul. And with my Carthaginians arriving as well, it could be a 3v2 on that flank. And, you know, maybe if we all combine our forces, we could weaken, at the very least, both Punisher and Arminus' army if we work together there. But as I say, I don't want to face Brutii infantry with my Carthaginians, and that's why we need Fesen's infantry over there to counter Punisher's Brutii infantry. Okay, but as I say, now you can see our right flank has been moved right back now to the centre, and the enemy team have done well here on our right flank there with the Greek cities and the Brutii army there pushing up towards us. So yes, it'll be interesting to see what happens here on our right flank. And do you remember I've labelled this battle Ghost in the Snow? Now what I wanted you to do, can you see this circle I'm kind of going around with? Can you see anything in the middle of that circle there? Okay, remember I've labelled this battle Ghost in the Snow. Can you see anything? If you look closely, can you see anything? Nope. But there is something there. Can you see the Forester Warband archers are there, but you can't see them, like ghosts in the snow? Yeah? So they are there. You can see the mouse arrow are pointing them out, but you can't see them. And the reason for that is Forester Warband units can hide anywhere. So that's what I mean. They are like ghosts in the snow, are they not? So I just thought that was interesting for you to see there. You can see the mouse arrow is highlighting them there, but you can't see them because they're hiding. And like I say, a little bit like ghosts in the snow there. Okay, so meanwhile over here, you can see that Fesen now is moving his infantry back. And as I say, we need him over on the right flank there to try and neutralise the green Brutii Roman army of Punishers. As I say, our Gaul ally here, all he could do was pull back, and I'm glad that he did pull back and didn't try to stand at all. And as I say, I've got my Carthaginian army here to try and counter the Greek city's army there of Arminus. But of course, because I've run all the way over from that left flank, my troops are really in no kind of condition to fight. Okay, they're winded, but I'm guessing because of the distance I've run, it's going to be the top end of winded, and I'm nearly into the tired bracket. And remember, when your troops get tired, very tired or exhausted, their battle proficiency, the way they actually fight, drops off the edge of a cliff, and their morale drops really badly as well. So as I say, it shows my troops as winded, but I reckon that's the top end of winded, and I could be going into tired. So I really need to rest my troops. I don't want to get into combat yet. I'd like to get them back to maybe warmed up, or preferably fresh there. But we just have to see here. I don't mind fighting them winded in normal conditions, but like I say, I think I'm at the top end of winded there, so going into tired. Right here you'll see Scorpion King's archers there starting to target the Scythians here as they move past him there. He's got a nice position there with his archers, and he's got his infantry in behind them there, and cavalry as well to cover them, so that's pretty good. But over here, as I say, on our right flank, the enemy have really disrupted our battle formations here by their swift attack. They're seeing Gaul in front of them there. I bet they couldn't even believe their luck seeing just Gaul there. Now you'll see I'm moving my Carthaginians forward here, because what the enemy are doing, what I think Arminus and Punisher are doing, are waiting for their allies to arrive. So if we're going to hit these two, we need to do it quite quickly. As I say though, I'm in a bit of a dilemma here, because as I say, my troops are winded and I don't really want to put them into combat, but I can see the enemy reinforcements starting to come over to the flank here. As I say, here you'll see, as I say, Scorpion King's archers there having an archer duel with the Scythians there, and you can see Pontus there. I think Barclayman is just walking his pikes so they'll be fresh when they get over to the flank. So as I say here, you can see me moving my Carthaginians forward. Now you're going to see a good tactical attack move here in just a second. Okay, you're just going to see a really good tactical attack move here by Arminus. Okay, can you see my troops moving? Right. Okay, I'm going to pause the game here. Now Arminus there can see that my troops are winded, and his troops, I believe, are just warmed up, so he's in a better fighting condition, his troops are, than mine. And what he's going to try and do is hit my troops when they're on the move. Remember, in Rome Total War, if you hit enemy troops when they're on the move, you can cause them big casualties. And as I say, his troops are just warmed up, mine are winded. And there you are, can you see him charging into my moving Carthaginians, and bang, as he smashes in to my Carthaginians there. A nice hit there by Arminus. That's a really good move. Now I've got to get my spears down and start trying to counter those Spartans as soon as I can. Now what I've noticed here also is Scorpion King here. Can you see I'm really pushing in to those Spartans now with my Carthaginians there. Okay, I've got my spears down, and it's a real tussle now between the Spartans, who are warmed up, as I say, so they're in good battlefield condition there, and my troops are winded, and as I say, I suspect they're at the top end of winded into tired there. But here you can see Scorpion King got his cavalry. Now what I'm thinking here, if he can slam his cavalry into the rear of those engaged Spartans as I'm engaging them from the front, will they have them in a classic hammer and anvil attack? That's what I'm thinking there. Okay, that's what he may be looking. And also here, Get Jacked might get a couple of his chosen swordsmen in behind those Spartans as well. Okay, so let's just see what my teammates are going to do there as I'm pressing my Carthaginians into those Spartans there. Right, you can see Scorpion King's red Julii cavalry charging there, and bang, as he smashes in there. Oh, that's good news for us. I've just killed the Greek city's general as well. So that's good news for us. Scorpion King smashing into the rear, but still those Spartans are holding up. Those 2 hit points and excellent specifications and excellent morale. Look at that, you thought they might have routed. So I'm really doubling my effort of attacking these Spartans now. I'm really moving forward my Carthaginians into those Spartans there, putting a lot of pressure on them and making the most of my numbers. Remember, I've got 17 Sacred Band Spearmen against, what, 12 Spartans there. Oh my God, see the Spartans starting to crack now. There you are, and I think that's basically all that Spartan army has now been routed there. Okay, you can see there, I think you've got 1 unit left. Now some of those Spartans might rally there, but you can see there with my allies' help there of Get Jacked and Scorpion King there, between the 3 of us we've routed that Spartan army. Now over here, can you see the incline or slope here on this map? Okay, there's an incline and slope here, and Scorpion King is right down the bottom of that incline and slope, and you can see the enemy cavalry are on the top of that incline. So they may well want to charge into the flank of Scorpion King there. He needs to watch that very carefully, especially with those Scythian nobles there, that heavy cavalry that could slam into him. Plus you've got chariots over there as well, 3 chariots. You can see that Barclayman has attacked Scorpion King in the woods with the chariots there. Not many casualties. You see there's not many Roman casualties there because chariots don't perform that well in the woods, and there you are, that chariot unit has run amok. So as long as it stays away from our troops, that's okay. As I say, strangely enough, amok chariots seem to be stronger in amok mode than they do in normal mode. But as I say, there's 3 chariots loitering with intent out there, and this cavalry on the top of the slope is loitering with intent as well. So as I say, Scorpion King's best bet might be to move his infantry up towards us now. Okay. Now over here on this particular flank, I'm going to show you something that I hope you're going to find interesting. Keep looking at the ghost in the snow. Right, can you see there? Can you see there? Those units there have now come out of the snow, hiding in the snow. Okay, and there's those 3 Forester Warband archer units. Now the reason I think Get Jacked has brought them out in the open is he's hoping he's going to encourage Punisher to charge cavalry into them, because as we know, Get Jacked has got a nice surprise for any cavalry. Remember, that's what you do in Rome Total War, isn't it? You target cavalry. Now can you see he's got 3 units still hiding in the snow there? But of course, when you want to take out archers, you usually use cavalry, don't you? But I think Get Jacked there has put those 3 units as bait for Punisher. Okay, and we'll see if Punisher's going to take the bait. Meanwhile, you can see Get Jacked throwing his fully upgraded chosen swordsman into the forward units of Punisher's Brutii infantry. Right, here can you see Punisher is sending a cavalry unit over here. Like he's thinking, oh, just take these archers out with this cavalry unit, no problem at all. Get ready for Get Jack's surprise here with his ghosts in the snow archers. Right, get ready for this, get ready for that cavalry. Look, a bang! Right, now you might think, oh, right, those archers are going to rout. But have a closer look at these Gaul Forester archers. Can you see their alt attack weapon is an anti-cavalry spear? Okay, they're the only archer unit on Rome Total War with an anti-cavalry spear. And you can see there that Punisher's cavalry has charged in to what basically are anti-cavalry units. They've been alt-attack, so they are now anti-cavalry units that he's just charged a cavalry unit into. And it wouldn't surprise me if he pulls that cavalry unit out pretty sharpish there. You can see there they're already starting to get taken down. And there you are, that's a good move, pull them out now. On this right flank of ours, you'll see that both Get Jack's cavalry and Fesen's cavalry are looking to move forward here. Now, they may well look to take out Punisher's cavalry here and get in behind the enemy team. That's what they might do. And using those anti-cavalry forester archers there with their anti-cavalry spears, they may well do that. Here you can see Fesen moving forward. Now might be a time for kind of a surge attack into that Brutii infantry with his army. Okay, now sadly, after combating those Spartans, look at my fitness now. See, all my units are now tired. I said I was at the top end of the winded spectrum there, and now I've gone into the tired spectrum. So my units are even less you know, capable of fighting. I don't want to put them into combat unless I really have to. I've run all the way over there. I've just fought the Spartans, and as I say, I was at the top end of winded there, and now I'm into tired. And there's those Pontus pikes arriving. I certainly don't want to fight Brutii infantry either. And here you can see, as I say, Get Jacked being very, very aggressive with his troops there. There's that Druid unit there. Giving even more morale to those Gaulish troops there. But here, this is a good move by Scorpion King. He's moving his troops up towards us. That's just what he needs to do. Get close to our units there. We need to fight as a close group here. But you've got cavalry there, as I say, loitering with intent. You've got a chariot there, ready to catch up to him. Look. And it wouldn't surprise me if Barclayman, you've got Scorpion King's archers there. It wouldn't surprise me if Barclayman took that chariot through those archers. He's not interested in those really. And what he wants to go for is Scorpion King's infantry. He wants to hit the rear of Scorpion King's moving infantry there. Can you see the chariots there? He's taking the chariots through the archers, and he just wants to smash into the rear or flank of Scorpion King here. Meanwhile, over here on our right flank, as I say, we just saw Fesen's and Get Jacked cavalry heading towards Punisher's cavalry. Punisher's charging his cavalry, and look, and bang, as he smashes into that Gaulish cavalry and those anti-cavalry archers there as well. And there you are, can see Fesen's red Julii cavalry charging. Right, can you see the Greek cities light cavalry coming over as well? So you've got all of Punisher's cavalry, you've got the Greek cities cavalry of Arminus coming into charging as well. You've got Brutii infantry units being thrown into this as well. So maybe on this right flank, could this be the make or break of the battle? There's those anti-cavalry Forester Warband guys there, but I can see Gaulish units starting to rout already. So as I say, this right flank cavalry stroke infantry battle could well be the make or break of the battle here. And as I say, this chariot here of Barclayman's, as I say, he's one of the best charioteers in the game, in my opinion. Can you see how he's just smashing that one unit into Scorpion King's infantry? And what Barclayman's hoping for is that unit's going to run amok. As I say, units seem to be more powerful when they run amok, and he's just got it in amongst our troops. So that's just what he wants to happen there. Meanwhile, here you'll see, oh my gosh, this is bad news for us. Can you see all our Gaulish allies that were involved in this particular part of the fight have now been routed? Can you see they've all been routed now, and only Fesen's cavalry is holding. So well done to Fesen there. He's managing to hold there against all that Brutii cavalry, that light cavalry of the Greek cities Arminus there, but there's also green infantry in there as well. So Fesen's holding well, but as you can see, all the Gaulish troops that were involved in that part of the battle there have now been routed. Okay, now as I say, here maybe time for an aggressive attack. Send a couple of units over there, but maybe push these Julii units forward into those Brutii infantry. I don't know what you're thinking there. You might be thinking the same, or you might be thinking something different. The Pontus pikes have just arrived. Now look what these couple of units have done here. These two units here of Gaul have routed those Brutii. He's had some help from cavalry as well, though, look, but he's routed all those Brutii units there. So well done to a combination of Gaul and Julii cavalry there in routing those. Okay, but look at this chariot here. He's still fighting it. He hasn't routed, look. He's still killing Scorpion King's infantry, look. Just look at the troops that he's chopping down with this unit. I mean, you might have thought that that chariot unit might have routed by now, but no, it hasn't. And there you are. You can see there's even a Pontus cavalry unit there, an Eastern general unit there with 2 hit points and things like that, attacking Scorpion King's infantry as well. So poor old Scorp's infantry is getting kind of a bit chopped up there. But as I say, meanwhile, over on our right flank, can Fesen hold? Will the enemy back their cavalry off? There, Fesen's holding really well, and he's bringing some of his infantry over as well. Wouldn't surprise me if Punisher backed his green Brutii cavalry off, now seeing that infantry coming in. There you are, can you see he's backing that cavalry off? There's a light cavalry unit going into the back of Fesen's cavalry there, bang, as that charged in there. But I think that's a good move by Punisher, pulling his cavalry back at this stage of the battle. Okay, so there's a general situation there. You can see the general overall picture of the situation. Look at that Pontus chariot still chopping up Scorpion King's infantry there. Unless it's another chariot unit that he's thrown in there as well, because he did have 2 or 3 out there, didn't he? But oh my gosh, the damage that those chariots have done. Just look at the dead Julii infantry that have been killed by those either that one chariot, or there may have been 2 chariots there. But Scorpion King's units would have been very battle depleted by that chariot hit there. So that's not so good for us there. But I'm glad to say we've managed eventually to rout that chariot unit, but still not looking very good there. And as I say, Scorpion King's still on that slope, very susceptible to cavalry hits, I'm thinking there. But here, my army now has managed to go to winded. I've kept them out of fighting, but they're at winded. But I still think they're probably at the top end of winded there as well. So I still want to let them rest. I don't really want to put them into any combat yet. And here you can see that Scythian cavalry, the heavy nobles there, charging into Scorpion King's infantry there. The heavy nobles there. It wouldn't surprise me if the headhunting maidens, right, here comes the headhunting maidens with their 8 upgrades that they're charging in as well. Oh my gosh. Let's pause the game for a second here. So you've got basically all the Scythian cavalry charging in there into Scorpion King's infantry and cavalry. There's a couple of rallied Greek city units that are going to come across by the looks of it. You've got the axemen there, the Scythian axemen, they may well come into it as well. And I can see a couple of chariots on the horizon over there as well. So that was one chariot that did all that damage to Scorpion King's army. Now what I was thinking here is that maybe Gaul needs to go down there and help Scorpion King. You've got Fesen's cavalry as well there. Maybe both the Gaul infantry and Fesen's cavalry could go down to help Scorpion King there, because I think he's not in a very good position here. Or even Fesen could move all his infantry down there to help while I hold Pontus with my Carthaginians there. But Scorpion King, I know he asked for help during the course of the battle. Now here you can see these rallied Forester Warband archers there. He'll be moving them to probably get in range of the Pontus pikes. Remember, those 121 man units are very susceptible to any kind of missile damage there. So I think that's where he'll be moving his archers. But over here, poor old Scorpion King, there he's getting hit by the Scythian cavalry. TR is pulling the cavalry back, look, locking and loading them, and then charging them back in to get the full cavalry charge bonus. Look at that cavalry, just going to hit Scorpion King there like a bang, as it smashes in there. There's a couple of rallied Greek city units there as well. They're charging in. You can see a lot of Scorpion King's units are starting to rout. He needs help here. So what I'm going to do, right, pause the game for a second here. And there you got Fesen's cavalry. I hope he's coming over to help there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my winded troops over there and try and hold and pin the Pontus troops and as many of those Brutii infantry as I can. By doing that, I'm hoping that my allies then can get reinforcements down to Scorpion King there to help him against the attacks that are coming in. I can even see a chariot coming in on him as well at this stage of the battle. There you are. Look, Barclayman kept that chariot back. It's probably warmed up, and he's probably going to smash it straight into Scorpion King's infantry there. And that could be the straw that broke the camel's back, and that could rout Scorpion King's army. He needs reinforcements there. You'll see I'm moving my Carthaginians over there to hold and pin the Pontus guys. There's that chariot unit going in there, come bang, and it smashes in there. So don't forget, it's not just the attacking specifications, it's a massive fear factor that chariot's bringing in there as well. You can see those Greek city Spartan units pushing in at the same time, right? So as I say here, look, I've taken my Carthaginians over to hold and pin the Pontus and as many of the Brutii infantry as I can, allowing my allies, I was hoping there, to get down over here and help Scorpion King. Like, can you see what I mean? Because he's already asked the team for help. So I thought, well, right, I'll go and hold Pontus and the Brutii infantry, and then my allies can then move all their troops over. That they got cavalry here and all their infantry over there to help Scorpion King. And if they move quick enough, we might be able to take out all of the Scythian army, plus those 2 Spartan units there as well. But I don't think, looking at that, I don't think Scorpion King's going to hold very long. Just look at the impacts. And those axemen are just coming in on him as well. That chariot's going to be chopping up his infantry, lowering the morale of his troops. TR here is locked and loaded his cavalry again, ready to charge in, get the full cavalry charge bonus. Look at all these enemy troops pushing in. There's that cavalry charge in, like a bang! That smashes in, getting a full cavalry charge bonus. Don't forget that chariot will be lowering the morale of Scorpion King. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, right. So all of Scorpion King's army has now been routed and taken out. So that's all of Scorpion King's army. So our left flank now, after a fierce fight, has now been smashed and broken. And all these enemy troops, all these victorious enemy troops now are ready to smash into the flank and rear of our troops. So, things not looking very good for us there. You'll see that I put a Carthage unit there facing the left flank there. You know, just anticipating a possible attack coming in on our left flank. I'm now going to engage those Pontus pikes there. But just look at the length of those Pontus pikes. Okay, just try and memorize the length of that pike. And then we're going to look at the short spears of my Carthaginians. Just look at the length of that pike. And then the short spears of my Carthage troops there. But the specifications of Carthage are so good that they can punch above their weight against these big 121-man units. And that should make a difference there. That's what I'm hoping anyway. But as I say, with our left flank smashed and crashed, all those victorious enemy troops with high morale because they've routed our allies there will come in on our flank. So, as I say, things not looking very good. Looks like Fesen's going to try and take his infantry around the rear of the enemy troops there. But really, maybe we could do with some troops on the left flank to protect us from those victorious enemy troops coming up from the left. But you can see here, Fesen taking his army round the flank here. Yeah, as you can see. So that's what he's planning on doing. So meanwhile, what I'm going to try and do is attack the Pontus pikemen there, but also I'm going to have to watch out for my left flank. Also, you can see Get Jacked has brought some of his Gaul troops over there to protect our left as well. Now, what I'm thinking here is Fesen here could put a couple of units to hold and pin that unit, where he could take other units either round the back there to attack that unit or to attack the rear of other Pontus units there. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Fesen might be a good thing. He's got his cavalry there as well. Get his cavalry in behind the enemy troops there. You know, looking to smash into the flank or rear of enemy troops might be a good move as well. But as I say here, I'm moving my Carthaginians in on those big 121-man pike units there. You can see I'm pressing in there. You can see my Carthaginians making inroads into the long pikes of those Pontus pikemen there. You see my troops moving in on them there. Now I keep a reserve of troops back to stop flanking action. Can you see I've got these 3 units here. Now what I think Barclayman would like to do is get a couple of his units round the flank and in behind my attacking troops. I'm anticipating that, so I'm going to bring these 3 over to block that as a move. There. As I say, you can see Fesen attacking that one Pontus unit there with his Julii army. There, but as I say, just watch out for Barclayman bringing units around the flank. There you are. Can you see he's moving that unit round there, looking to get into the behind of my attacking units there. So I'm bringing these 3 units over there to counter that move. Here, you can see my Carthaginians pressing in on those Pontus pikemen there. I've got 1 unit there protecting my left flank. Here, as you can see, my Carthage units moving in, trying to rout these Pontus pikes here. And here you can see a chariot unit was charged into Fesen's red Julii infantry. And what I'm thinking here is if Fesen can defeat that Pontus unit, he could get his troops in behind the Pontus pike unit that I'm fighting there, and maybe we could get you know, like a hammer and anvil attack going there, if you see what I mean. Right, pause again for a second here. So over here, you'll see that you've got the Gaulish archers there, the Forester Warband archers there, shooting into the enemy troops. Okay, they got good long range there, and they've been shooting into, I think, a chariot unit there, but they'll change the trajectory of their arrows now, I'm pretty sure, into the rear of enemy troops. Here you can see that Fesen has routed that pike unit. Now he may well smash into the back of those Pontus pike units there in a hammer and anvil attack. My spears being the anvil, his infantry being the hammer there. Here you can see TR attacking with his axe units there. You can see this one chosen swordsman unit there fighting those Scythian axemen and Brutii infantry as well. So it's doing well, but I'm thinking that unit's probably going to be routed there. But Get Jacked is trying to cover the rear of our units, our fighting units, as best he can with his Gaulish troops there. Here you can see he's attacking some Greek city units. And here you can see I'm moving a couple of my units over. I was chasing cavalry, trying to chase cavalry away from the rear of our units there. But really, I need to get those two units back to, especially my general unit, back to my fighting troops there. But as I say, here I'm hoping Fesen's going to crash into the back of these engaged Pontus troops with his victorious infantry there. Smash into the back, we'll have a hammer and anvil attack and hopefully rout a lot of those Pontus pike units there. You can see I'm really pushing in with my pike units, but I've got Brutii infantry coming in on my flank. Here you can see Fesen here, he needs to push that infantry in hard into those Pontus pikes. Over here, you'll see that Brutii cavalry charging in there like a bang as it charges in there to that that one Gaulish unit that I think was still holding there. He's charging on forward into that. But here you can see that Amok chariot. Let's hope it doesn't charge into Fesen's infantry there, because it will chop up his infantry pretty badly if it does. Ooh, that's nasty there. That chariot unit will be doing a lot of damage there to Fesen's infantry. But here you can see my Carthaginians there charging into those Pontus pikes. Okay, but over here you'll see that you've got all that Brutii infantry, Scythian infantry that could now come into the rear of our engaged troops. So as I say, things not looking very good. We've got our Gaulish ally here with his archers. He's got a couple of cavalry units there. And Fesen here, look, if he can just get past that pike unit, look, he can come over and help, get in behind the rear of those pike units there. But I'm guessing that my spearmen now are probably in a tired, if not very tired condition now. And as I say, when you get into that type of condition there, your battle proficiency, the way you actually fight the battle, drops off the edge of the cliff. My guys' morale will be low as well. Here I can see units closing in behind us now. So I need to turn units to face the threat there. Okay, I need to move up there with my units now towards those units. Now Fesen here, he looks like he's going to move his entire infantry round behind them. Here you can see our Gaulish ally there fighting there, I think Scythia headhunting maidens. Here you can see my Carthaginians there moving into enemy troops. Here you can see Fesen's infantry needs to maybe move around a little bit more, maybe get in behind them, just take them around a little bit more. I don't know what you guys are thinking here. But there you can see him attacking those Carthaginians. You can see a few of my units have started to rout now. And I'm not surprised at that, bearing in mind they are tired now. I'm pretty sure they're pretty tired. Maybe even very tired at this stage of the battle. Right, you can see Fesen's Julii infantry charging into the enemy troops there. But I can see a lot of enemy troops moving in on us here. You can see I've turned those couple of Carthage units to fight those Spartan units coming in behind me there, and you can see moving my troops in, and you can see Fesen's red Julii troops. But over here, look, my two units that I sent off after cavalry, I'm now bringing them back into the fray. So they're pretty good. They're fresh there. I think they're going to move in and hopefully cause a lot of casualties to the rear of fighting troops. But there's a couple of Brutii infantry units in front of them there that could block them. Now over here you'll see that Fesen is moving his infantry. He's attacking there. But what I'm worried about is that Scythian cavalry, okay, and that Brutii cavalry getting in behind him. Okay, we've got no cavalry left, I don't think now. Now, if that cavalry gets in behind him and slams into the rear of his tired troops, it could cause a mass rout. You've already got a Pontus pike unit moving in on him there. So, as I say, fitness here, you know, tired, very tired and exhausted, could really come in to the latter stage of this battle. Okay, so here you can see, if you look here, can you see my unit's very tired? Can you see that? Now that unit there, I'm surprised it's just winded. That unit is very tired. That unit is tired, okay? Very tired. So the morale of my troops are now going to be very low. The way they're fighting is going to be very poor now because they're very tired. And you can see the enemy troops attacking. These 3 units here are just winded. But I'm moving them, they're fighting as well. So it's going to be right down to the wire. Right, as I said here, now unfortunately you can see the enemy cavalry getting in behind Fesen here. You're going to see an interesting cavalry attack tactic as well in a minute by Punisher. But here you can see Punisher got his cavalry in behind Fesen here, but he's not going to attack as like one group of cavalry. He's going to hit Fesen from different angles. Okay, you'll see this in just a minute. Okay. Let me just pause the game for a second here. So here you can see Punisher has distributed his cavalry here. And then the reason he's done that is because he's going to smash into Fesen, okay, from different angles. And the shock and surprise that he's hoping to put in to Fesen's tired infantry by hitting him from so many different angles, he's hoping to rout a lot of Fesen's infantry. Okay, so we just have to see whether that tactic's going to work. Punisher's cavalry has been very battle depleted, but hitting from different angles can be very effective on, especially on tired infantry. Okay, you'll see he's put an infantry unit in there as well. Right, here comes the first cavalry unit. Can you see us hitting there, like, and bang, and then the second two, look, bang, and then the third one, bang. Hit his infantry, hit Fesen's infantry from all different angles there, and you can see he's routed already several of Fesen's tired infantry. Now what I guess he'd do, he'll pull his cavalry back, lock and load it, charge it in again to get the full cavalry charge bonus. Next time he may well rout all of Fesen's army, you know, in a chain rout there. You can see Fesen's army still be impressed by that infantry unit there. The cavalry going in again, look, and bang as they charge in there. You can see a lot of Fesen's Red Julii infantry starting to rout now. Oh my gosh, you can see a headhunting maiden unit going in there as well, look, bang, as that charges in there. Plus we've had fire arrows from Scythian archers coming in on us as well. Remember, those fire arrows don't just cause casualties, but they actually lower morale of troops. Right, so basically now all of Fesen's army has now been taken out. So all of Fesen's Julii army has now been taken out after a fierce fight. Okay, so infantry wise, all we've got left basically now is my tired Carthaginians. Okay, that's all we've got left. Luckily, I've still got my general alive, so he's still giving general morale bonus. As I say, we're being shot at by fire arrows from Scythian archers there, lowering our morale. And those victorious troops that have just routed Fesen's Red Julii army will now be able to come in onto my Carthaginians. In fact, you may well see some of my Carthage units starting to rout almost immediately when they get hit by those victorious enemy troops. Okay, my troops are tired, or very tired there. And as that Julii infantry of Fesen's get near my infantry, they're going to lower my morale even more. Remember, routing allies lower the morale of your troops. And those Julii infantry there, like I say, my troops are very tired there, I would think. Most of them anyway. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second. So all I've got now is 2 spear units left. Okay, we've got the Gaulish archers here shooting arrows into the enemy troops. They've been doing a good job there. And 1 unit of Fesen's infantry there. But as I say, I think if they kill my general, then I think that will be it for my spearmen. I think they will rout. Okay, so I just hope my general can stay alive. If he doesn't stay alive, I think that those units will rout. Okay, and there you are. There's the Pontus general. We've managed to rout the Pontus general. So that's good news. He's the only survivor in his unit and he's been routed. So that's taken away the Pontus general morale bonus. I think the Brutii general, I'm not sure if he's been killed already. So it's just my general there maybe giving morale bonus to my my troops there. But they'll be aiming for my general there. Make no mistake about it. They're trying to kill him now. Look. If they kill him, I think both my units will rout. They've got him. They've got him. They were both my Carthage. The last of my Carthage army has now been routed there. That's the last of my spearmen now. And now we've just got Get Jack's Gaulish archers there, the foresters there. There's one unit, one Julii unit of Fesens there. But if I remember correctly, I think he might admit defeat at this stage of the battle there. I'm not sure there. Yes, I think he's just admitted defeat there. And I was thinking at this stage of the battle, maybe with that infantry unit and those forester units there, they might have, you know, do you reckon they could have turned this around possibly? But maybe not there. But you can see there that the enemy charging in now there. And it wouldn't surprise me if those Gaulish archers almost routed on the impact there. You can see him charging in there. They're charging there, like bang, they're charging there with their anti-cavalry spears, trying to fight that Brutii infantry. But I've got a feeling these two units are going to rout. They were pretty quickly there. So how close was this battle? Oh my gosh, how close was it? Really, really close there, wasn't it? But well done to the enemy team. They've managed to go on to win the battle there. I've got one slinger unit left there, which I'm shooting slingshots into one of their archer units there. But if I remember correctly, there's not a lot of enemy units left here. There's one warhound unit there of Scythia, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think Scythia's got 4 units left there, including these 2 Axeman units there. So Scythia's got 4 units left, 5 maybe there, 5 with that one as well. Pontus, I wouldn't have thought of had a lot. Now remember, these are 121 man units, reduced to 3 men there, look. And then that unit there, 18 is it? That seemed a lot, doesn't it? And then 3 there for that unit. So that's 121 man units there, and that's all he's got left. 3 pike units there. I think, is there another unit over there? And a mercenary unit there. So Pontus has just got 4 units left. And you can see Punisher's green Brutii army there. Very battle depleted units as well. So it just goes to show how, you know, how low this it's got down to here. Look. You could just see how tough the battle was just by the casualties that the winning team suffered there. So well done to the other team. Great battle there, and as I say, you can see how battle depleted there. And I think if I remember right, the Greek cities army of Arminus has got 1 unit left. Sorry, 1 man left, not unit, 1 man. There you are. That's the last survivor of Arminius' whole Greek cities army, 1 man. And as you can see, he's unhappy over taking casualties. I should think he's unhappy about the rest of his army being taken out. But there you go. So as I say, I've got 1 slinger unit left there. It's just glowed. That slinger unit's just glowed, so that means it just had a battlefield promotion. So this unit there is now, you can see, shooting slingshots into that archer unit there. I'm just, I know the battle's over there. I'm just being a bit of a nuisance here with the slinger unit there, and pretty soon that unit will be admitting defeat there. As you can see, shooting over there. You can see that green Brutii infantry running towards me there. And as I say, any second now I will admit defeat, and the battle will be, there you are, just admitted defeat there. So well done to the enemy team. I thought they played it really, really well there. Quite an intense battlefield, as you can see from there. And the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in this game. Oh my gosh, what a battle this was, win or lose. And you can see it was a close defeat for us, but I thought it was a great battle, win or lose, you know, for everybody to watch. And it's one of those battles I think a lot of people would have liked to have been in there. And the highest kills in the game, unusually, goes to my Carthage army. I think I was 8 short of 2,000 kills there. So I was very pleased with that old battle formation and this old army. Did quite well, really. And unusual to get the highest kills in the losing team. Well done to Arminus. Didn't quite get 1,000 kills with his Greek cities army, but he was very aggressive with his army there. So well done to Arminus. Well done to Punisher. 1,811 kills. Great kills with his Brutia army. Very aggressive moves with his army there. Second highest kills. Well done to him. Well done to Barclayman there with his Pontus army. His faction of choice, I believe now. And well done to TR. I think he got the third highest kills in the game with his experimental Scythian army. So really well done to TR there with Scythia. I thought he did really well there. And he had the smallest army in the game as well. If you look at the army numbers, he had the smallest army in the game and managed to get, I think, the third highest kills in the battle. So really well done to him. Well done to Scorpion King. He'll be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills, but he was caught on that slope by a heck of a lot of enemy cavalry. So he did well to get those kills. Well done to Fesen. Look, got some really good kills there. With his army, fourth highest kills I think he got there. And well done to Get Jacked. Didn't quite get 1,000 kills with his Gaulish army, but I thought he played very well. And it was good to see the ghosts in the snow, wasn't it? I thought that might be quite interesting to a lot of you there. Now, do you think that either team had a faction advantage? They got Greek cities, Rome, Pontus and Scythia. So that's quite a strong combination, I suppose. And we've got Carthage, Rome and Gaul. So, as I say, do you think that either team had a faction advantage there? As I say, I just thought this was an interesting battle for you to see. It's very rare these days for us to get a close battle. So, win or lose, I thought this was a really great battle for you to see. And look forward to seeing you soon. Hope you can play Rome Total War on Friday, Saturday or Sunday. Bye for now.